What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today I am here to talk to y'all about a recently released movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, this movie came out towards the end of March of 2022 and has a runtime a little bit over 2 hours long. And I guess I guess if I had to kind of classify what genre and stuff it is in, I would kind of say it's maybe kind of like a mix of sci-fi, action, mm, sci-fi action kind of. Maybe even a little bit. No, I'm not even gonna throw in the third one I was gonna mention or whatever, because one thing I want to say off the gate is, first of all, I'm not gonna do any spoilers for the movie. This will be a spoiler-free review, because in the wake of the movie coming out and hearing or seeing loose opinions and impressions and stuff, whatever, the kind of reoccurring thing that I kept on hearing was hey, it was a dope movie, but if you can, sorry about that, Vash made an appearance, but yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, so people saying, go in knowing as little as possible, and having just watched the movie myself, I will also echo those same sentiments of, hey, go in knowing as little as possible with this movie. And that's because if you are somebody who is a fan of watching movies, but you feel like you've just been seeing a lot of the same stuff over and over and over, nothing really new or interesting or fresh that you feel like that you've seen recently or whatever, then this movie I definitely feel like would meet that criteria. Because as I was watching the movie, a couple of movie experiences that I had in years past, one in the last couple of years, and then one like a decade plus ago when I was in college, uh, just because of how though these movies really kind of interested me for both being a little bit weird in some instances and just different, but also kind of how they kind of stick with you in certain aspects. And so those the two movies I'm referencing is Inception and then Parasite. Now I'm talking about the 2019 Parasite movie, not the anime and manga Parasite Maximum. So just want to make sure I make that distinction right there, for any of my fellow anime and manga fans that's checking this, just watching this, but or listening to this. But and I feel like, especially with Parasite, my experience watching this movie today was kind of similar to how it was back then, to where there was barely anybody in the theater. Now, granted, when I saw Parasite couple years ago, whatever, it was right before the pandemic and stuff happened. But the movie had also been out for maybe 2 months or whatever. So I saw Parasite in a movie fully by myself. Now, this movie, I think there may have been maybe 3, 4 other people in the movie theater, if that, because I just remember there was one couple or two people, whatever, that was together. I remember seeing them getting up and leaving once the end credits started rolling. But then once everything was done, lights came on or whatever, and I stood up to leave or whatever, there was nobody else in the theater. So but that's to be expected with movies like this, to where it's a little bit different and stuff. And so a couple of things that I appreciate, or I guess let me say this with the kind of general setup with the movie. And like I said, spoiler free, whatever, but it kind of circles around, or is centered around, uh, what's her name? Michelle Yeoh's family. So it's her husband, daughter, and her father, and they run a laundromat as a business, but they're kind of struggling in some financial issues and things of that nature. And just everybody in the family just seems to have just different struggles and things that they're going on and having. And so, one kind of some of the themes that kind of go throughout this movie, they just you know, like once you kind of like start to see like things start to unroll or whatever, it definitely touches on the sense of like, you know, do you know who you are as a person? Do you know who your spouse is as a person? Do you know who your child is, your father? And are you okay with who you are? Or are you okay with who the people around you are? And in that sense, it's like, hey, maybe somebody is interested in certain things or certain ideas that maybe some stuff you agree with, maybe some stuff you're like, I don't vibe with that. But it's just a matter of like you understanding that at least. Because, I feel like, we all have situations and friends and family and stuff to where it's like, you know, we don't see eye to eye with 100% of the people that we interact with and stuff. But it's a matter of, you know, at least being aware of, the things that you're uncomfortable with about yourself and the things that, that you're not comfortable with that other people might be into or do or whatever. And so that's kind of like like some interesting, like I said, just like ideas and themes that kind of carry throughout the whole movie, and they kind of do it very well. I feel like, just because like there's stuff that like really hit me in the sense of just me just being a person that has lived life, but also some stuff with me being as a parent, me being a child, and things of that nature. And so, yeah, like I said, just like I said, just go into the movie with little expectations. And I don't mean that because like, oh, hyping up the movie to be 10 out of 10 best thing ever, but I just mean in a sense of, like I said, like not just with the themes that happen or whatever, but just like with what actually happens with the story and the places they go and the things that occur. Some of the stuff starts to unfold pretty early on in the movie, so it's not like you're waiting an hour for, oh, what is this stuff Robert's talking about, what weird stuff or what different unique, or left field stuff, whatever. You'll see it pretty early on, cause like I said, if you have seen or know of stuff like Inception and Parasite, then that would at least maybe like give you at least like maybe a little bit of inkling. But this would definitely be a movie that I think would be interesting to have a deep dive spoiler discussion. But I definitely feel like that's something that would be best served in like a group setting. Because otherwise it would just be me just blabbering about some of my favorite moments and things of the movie, which I kind of want to do, but at the same time I want to try to keep this spoiler free. But there were definitely many a highlight moment in that movie, stuff that like really like put a smile on my face, maybe just like laugh at just like what the hell am I watching, to like, man, okay, that was some really heartfelt discussions or moments or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's like I said, it just really at the crux of it, just it just gives us all something to kind of like do some self-reflection on things of that nature. And sometimes that is a good thing about movies, is like getting to just experience them, which this was definitely a movie that I will remember for quite a while. But like I said, I'm gonna kind of cut it short there, because like I said, I definitely don't want to go on too long or whatever. But like I said, I just had to come and just share a little bit about this movie, and just to for sure be like, hey, go watch this movie, go check it out. If you have already watched this movie, hey, let me know down in the comments below. Did you love it? Was it okay? You wasn't feeling it? Did you go in knowing anything? Did you go in knowing nothing? Let me know down in the comments below, or hey, hit me up on social media. Feel free to, message me, DM me. I am everywhere at Dad Needs to Talk. That is Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel or to the podcast on whatever podcast streaming service that you pick. And yeah, just show your boy some love and let's conversate. Let's talk about this movie. And with that, I am done. Y'all be easy. Y'all go watch this movie. And as I always say, treat yourself to something nice. Read some manga. Watch some anime or movies. Play some video games and live your best life. And with that, I am out. Y'all be easy. Peace.